All right, here we go. Welcome in, everybody, to
Oh, yeah, I'm not the problem.
episode.
I think it's still you, though.
It's not me.
Yeah, it's Brandon's fault. Oh, yeah, in the chat. Let him know.
That's not me.
This is episode 249 of the Budhole podcast, and we're back after a 2-week hiatus. Gauges Ridge, you're clearly the most excited. What's happening?
It's been a fucking long time, boys. Guess what? Your boy's got a job.
Oh, my God. Let's go.
We've been out so long. I have a job now. I'm excited to be back. Fucking A. I've been itching. I can't wait for what we have planned today.
It's fun. We've been out for 3 weeks now.
It's been too long.
4.
We didn't even get to talk about my birthday. It was your birthday last time we were here.
Yes,
I had a birthday between then.
This is true.
That's
There's
old news.
been many birthdays.
Write in the comments if you want to hear about Gage's birthday.
Oh, weird. No comment.
My fucking sunburn is gone from the 4th of July. That should have been on the fucking pot. No,
Well, it's
already healed. That was so long ago.
We have plenty to talk about tonight, barring
much.
your birthday and the sunburn.
Wisconsin. I traded sides for a weekend. There's a lot.
How'd it feel?
I mean, when you
Was
walk
it
into a
dirty?
quick trip and it takes you less than 8 minutes to get 30 fucking cans of 5% beer. It's pretty fucking dope. They got a couple things right over across the river.
Fireworks that can shoot into the air. Now, before we get into
It's one thing they don't have right is how to get your Hall of Fame quarterback to show up to training camp.
Ooh.
to stop drinking.
No, show up
Show
to
up
training
to
camp.
camp.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, that's actually it's a big struggle for Wisconsinites, Dick Fours.
Dumb shits.
Yeah, there we go. Something along those
What's a
lines.
dick for?
I'll show you later.
All
All right. Well, we are we're revamped. We are missing Star Lamar. Apparently, he's got life things going on.
Moment of
Blah, blah, blah.
silence for Star Lamar.
That's enough. He didn't even show up tonight. He told us today. Apparently, he told us last week.
I don't believe it.
I'm bad at reading. That's it. That's the end of the line there. I'm bad at reading. But what we got here today, I thought I created the band.
We're gonna rip.
So we are leading up to no. This is the most important part of the entire podcast. Leading up to the fantasy football season, Gage's Rage has a new segment that he wants to debut.
Oh, yes. Okay. So it's tough for a lot of us to believe and understand, being that we've all been involved with fantasy football for a decade plus, I'd say for all of us at least. But there are people that maybe are just getting into fantasy football as a whole in general. So what I want to bring up is Fantasy Football 101. Gage's Rage takes you to class. We're going to start it off.
Wrong banner.
Same thing, though. Same difference.
Same thing.
We're going to start it off with just glossary, a general term base to get you started. If you know nothing about fantasy football, some terms you're going to hear a lot tonight to make you feel a little bit more comfortable. I thought the first one off the top of my head is PPR. You hear it all the time. It's super common. If you don't hear PPR in your fantasy league, get the fuck out of that league because that's a trash league. PPR stands for points per reception.
Oh.
And a reception is a catch. So you get 1 point for every catch. Some leagues are half PPR, half point per catch.
And some leagues do 1.5 PPR for tight ends.
Yeah, and that would be a tight end premium league.
Yep.
There's also a difference between leagues in general. There's a league where you'll draft every single year, or we call that redraft.
Yep.
Yearly.
Yep.
Yearly redraft leagues. There's also a league where you keep your entire team. Dynasty. There's also separate leagues where you keep specific players. Keeper leagues.
Yeah.
They all have their own quirks. They all have their own differences, and they all bring great stuff that you love about football. Dynasty, you're looking at really long-term, young players, lots of value. Yearly, maybe you're looking at a player like Tom Brady, who's somehow got some more fuel in the tank, but is going to sling a few touchdowns and do some stuff this season.
The value changes on where you're taking guys. You might look at a player like, Tom Brady's a good example, a little bit older, but maybe we look at tight ends. Like Travis Kelce is still a top tight end, but eventually that tide's going to turn. He's what, like 32,
32. He'll be 32 in season.
So 32, which is, getting up there for a tight end. So you might be looking more along the lines of a younger guy that might be able to step up. Kelce still has the most value, but at a certain point that's going to peak where he could have a really good year next year. But after that, you see a tank. So you're going to see younger players have a lot more value to you because you're looking 2, 3, 5 years down the road.
Exactly.
And, PPR leagues specifically, most websites that you go to, if you're looking for like ranking sheets, they'll give you PPR, half PPR, and standard. Some don't do the half. Some will just do standard and PPR. But I think it impacts the most is the running back position. PPR leagues lift up all the running backs in the entire league, but specifically guys like Austin Eckler, Miles Sanders,
Alvin Kamara,
guys that get 40 to 60 catches a year.
And I would actually argue it doesn't lift everyone. There's guys like Chubb who are amazing running backs, but don't catch the ball that much.
Maybe 30 a year. Maybe if he's lucky. Derrick
and then
Henry.
They have an excellent running back in the backfield like Kareem Hunt to pair him, where they're both viable in a PPR league in their own ways. Nyheim Hines, a guy that really is a no-namer, third down specialist, but in a PPR league can get you in a pinch.
He's an RB2 in a PPR league.
J.D. McKissick was an RB1 last year based on the amount of passes he caught.
It's insane. So PPR is excellent. It gets higher scores. It gets just a lot more players involved in a starting lineup and who you should be playing. And it makes it more fun.
It's easy math, too, when you're adding up. You're looking at a player like, oh, he got 8 passes for 100 yards and a touchdown. You're like, oh, that's 16. That's 8.
Yep.
24
boom,
points.
Boom, boom. 20 points just like that. So that is Fantasy 101, week 1. We're going to be bringing to you, I think, a whole lot more. Hopefully, it just keeps going.
Every single week leading up to the season, we will get into the preseason Fantasy 101s. But during the season, we can get into it just talking about general adds and drops, money you should be spending on certain players, yada, yada, yada.
There's so much about fantasy football. There's still terms I'm learning day after day, year after year.
Scott didn't even know what a Dick for league was.
It's true. I don't know what the Dick for is for.
We've got, I don't even know, 35, 40 years of fantasy football experience right here. I've got 15 myself.
Yeah, I've been playing fantasy football since I was like 14, so 13 years.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I was, I think, 12 in my first league.
And you're aging yourself.
You're 15. That was my first email account was created for fantasy football.
I remember a lot of the guys that I look up to in the fantasy world, they remember actually going through the newspaper and actually manually writing down who scored what for points and tracking it that way. So it's come a long ways. We've been on the computer generation our entire lives.
Yep.
We will be getting into the budhole during our 2-week hiatus. We got accepted into the Scott Fishbowl, which is a super cool fantasy league that Scott Fish does. He's Minnesota native. Every single year. It's for charity. We're super excited about it. We will go through our roster later in this episode. But to kick it off, we actually are doing a Dynasty League mock draft, and we're all 3 drafting in it. And as I pull it up here momentarily,
we're going to start it off with
this are what we did is we actually took and split. Hang on. Here.
Yeah, great.
We took and split up who's drafting where. So I'm drafting from the 6th spot. Gage's Rage is drafting from the 1 spot.
Woo-hoo!
And the great Brandino actually
I hold down number
willingly
12.
took the 12th spot.
Of course I took number 12. In a 3rd round reversal, 12 is a nice pick. You're going to get 12, 13, and 25.
Okay.
Like, you're not going to get the top guy. You're not going to get Christian McCaffrey. He's going to go in the top 4 picks. I don't know who you're taking 101. I don't even care. If all your picks, none of those guys are going to be sitting there at 12 and 13. But once you come around to that 3rd round, you're not getting 24 and 25. You're getting 24 and
36.
Something like
the
that.
last pick in the third round.
So-
That's what that 3rd round reversal means.
If you're following along here with the budhole, you can see Gage's Rage is on the far left. He's notified by the Vikings logo. There's me in the middle with the official budhole logo. And then there is Stein 29, Brandino on the right. And it's a third round reversal league. So Brandon will go from the third round is basically inverse order, and then it goes to normal from there. So as this draft kicks off here, actually it should be going here.
Yeah, we're live.
Right
We're
now.
waiting on
So-
Gage. He's almost missed his pick.
If Gage's rage
Who's
is
he gonna
ready,
auto draft?
is Gage's rage ready?
I'm ready, but I'm
Yep,
not.
I have
there.
to hit start. I have to
Oh.
hit start draft.
So mine still says I'm pick 10. I don't know if I need to refresh that. I'm the only one on the phone right now, so that might be fucking shit up too. But yeah, I know my pick. It's a dynasty. I think
There you go.
head
I
and
just
toe
joined
above
you
that
in.
guy. You got me in the my main man.
So here we go. We're gonna start this thing, and we have 30 seconds per pick. It's a dynasty league mock draft, PPR,
It's gotta
so
go
1
quick.
point per reception. And if we get into a sticky situation, we can pause it. We talk through a little bit, but we're
Okay.
gonna try and kind of rip through this in
And
a fairly decent order.
Did we shout out the app yet?
We have not. This is powered by Sleeper HQ, which is a powerful app to use if you're trying to do anything content related, or more specifically, if you're trying to do leagues with friends and stuff. Sleeper dominates.
If you're even if you're going to rip a little quick one on the shitter, hit up Sleeper and rip a mock draft real quick. Computers are quick. Gage's Rage is going to take all 30 seconds. No, it's Christian McCaffrey with a freaking bullet.
CMC, it's
The
easy.
best player, head and toe above everyone else. I think he's tier amazing, whatever you want to call that first.
So I
tier.
got sniped of Jonathan Taylor.
So we then we saw Dalvin Cook, Saquon, Alvin Kamara, and Jonathan Taylor.
JT.
Heavy-
5 running backs.
Heavy running backs going early.
I'm gonna go Nick Chubb.
Ooh, Chubb with the youth. Only 24 years old.
Yep.
Going to be 25 in the season.
So Gage's rate. We're all going running back
So now
here.
I'm sitting here at the back end. I got back-to-back picks.
You got a damn good pick there in AJ Brown and Cam Akers if you want them off the top.
Yeah, I am going to take AJ Brown. Get my wide receiver here. That's AJ, not Antonio, right? Right?
Nope, you just took Antonio Brown.
Holy
Okay.
cow, AB off the top. So we have 4 running backs total taken in the first round. Tyreek Hill after Justin Jefferson. 2 Vikings in the top 8 picks.
Oh man, yeah. Now
And
I
they're both
sit
on
here,
my dynasty team in real life.
And you know what? I'm gonna go and take a little bit more. I wouldn't call it a stretch, but I'm gonna go Najee Harris.
That's
with
a
my-
little bit of a stretch, but not too much.
Oh.
I got him.
Oh.
I clicked
That
his
was
player
quick.
profile. So I don't know. It was between him, Akers, and Zeke. I think I just like Najee a little bit more sitting there at
So
the
then
back
it
end.
comes all the way back around to me.
Another rip on running backs. Cam Akers, Zeke Elliott, J.K. Dobbins, and DeAndre Swift.
So the thing is, you're going to see a lot of running backs go high. You see a
Absolutely.
lot of trends go. Once you see a tight end, you're going to see a couple tight ends go.
I'm going to
Later
snag
on.
myself Stephon Diggs here because I like him as a receiver. He's still young.
Okay, and there is a run of wide receivers after you.
We do seem to be staying a little bit ahead of the computer here as far as getting ahead of the runs,
I have
which
a
is
tough
always good
choice
to
here.
do. You don't
Travis
wanna get-
Kelsey is an excellent tight end, but like you said, he's 32 in his playing year this year. I like starting off my team strong at running back, and a great one in Antonio Gibson is sitting here.
So then it kicks back to Brandino because it's third round reversal.
Third round. So now I got a tough choice.
I think it's pretty easy, honestly.
Yeah, it's not as hard as you think it is. That's what she said. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get a little dicey. I'm going to take Josh Allen. I'm going to take a quarterback. It's a long ways before I get one. He's one of the top tier guys in the league. I like him a lot. So
Josh Allen, the second QB off the board.
that's right. Yeah. Look at my team.
Wow.
AJ Brown.
And I
Najee
think
Harris.
I'd be doing myself a disservice here if I don't take my guy, Kyle Pitts.
Wow. Okay, so
Remember,
that-
everybody, this is a
Third tight
dynasty
end off
league.
the board.
This is a
Whoa.
dynasty league. So you want to try and go young, right? But you also want to get players that you don't want to be horrible this season.
That's
we will go
absolutely
through
true.
After the draft and talk over each of our
break it
rosters.
down.
So we won't leave you hanging here at the end, people.
Tough choices.
Any
I think
comments?
I'm
Nope.
going to reach a little bit here and take Chris Godwin. I have the back-to-back now. Just so I make sure I don't get absolutely screwed at the position, I'm going to take one of my favorite young QBs,
Jay Herbs.
Justin Herbert. I have a balanced team, got my quarterback, wide receiver, and 2 solid running backs.
Herbert the pervert. I like the pick.
I like starting off at 1 here. This is solid for me.
So now we
I'm
got
gonna go Lamar Jackson because I don't want to get screwed at quarterback either.
nobody wants it.
All of us
But it
walk
happens.
away with a pretty good quarterback. Round 4 almost in the books. Brandon rounding it out. We
Coming
see a
around
lot
the
of
corner.
talented receivers go there.
Yeah, I saw some guys that I wish I would have had a shot at, but gone already.
We have our first pause here. You gonna be able to rip one.
I don't know. I got 10 seconds.
I don't even know how to pause, so I think I lied about being able to do that.
All right. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take Mark Andrews.
Whoa.
Yep.
The
And
back-to-back, that would have been way better at 501, just saying.
yeah, well, whatever. He went 412. And now I'm looking around. There's definitely some talent here. I do like Chris Carson a lot. I'm going to try and, get my 2 running backs here. So I'll take Chris Carson. Got my starting running backs, and then I can draft some depth here in a little bit. 30 seconds goes by so fast.
It's so quick.
You
The
barely have enough
pressure's
time to think
mounting.
about it. You're looking. I mean, that's tough.
This is easy for me. I'm gonna go Kareem Hunt. I need that second running back. I like him a lot, especially
You
in
have
the
the
PPR
Hunt
league.
Chubb pair, though.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with
Is that okay?
I think it is because they both bring value in different ways. The only way they stink is if the whole Cleveland Browns offense suffers, which is possible. but-
Totally possible. And now I'm sitting here with the turn, 2 picks back to back. I'm looking at a couple really good receivers here. I'm gonna draft Cooper Kupp to get that high volume with Matthew Stafford.
That's a good move.
I like that one a lot as my second wide receiver behind Chris Godwin. And now I'm looking at a little bit more of a flashy play.
Are you going to dig down?
It's not even bad at all. 16
take?
off the board. Deontay Johnson.
Oh,
No,
come on,
that's-
get to me, brother. Yes, I got him. Chase Claypool. Welcome to the squad.
That was David Johnson.
No, that's not David Johnson. Nice try, Bielch. I like that a lot.
Oh.
I take Deontay over Claypool. I like his volume. The
I would-
guy gets 10 targets a game.
I would take Claypool over Deontay, I think, but it doesn't matter. They're both drafted close to each other.
Very good players.
So now
Young.
I'm sitting here. I got 15 seconds to pick. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to grab another sure-handed wide receiver. He may not have as much time, but he's still going to be valuable. I'm going to take Adam Thielen off the board, get that Minnesota blood in my veins. And now I'm going to dig a little bit. It's not too bad. I think this guy is going to be good in the next couple of years, has a chance at starting this season. I'm going to go with Michael Carter, running back for New York. They're beefing up that line.
That's a good
That's
pick.
a really good sneaky reach.
And
That's-
if you didn't reach there's no way he comes back around to
No,
you.
not a
Absolutely
chance. So
not.
I got to take my guy, do what I got to do.
And with speaking of taking your guy, I got to take my guy here. I got to go Trey Sermon.
Ooh,
Like him a lot. I don't want to get stuck with only 2 running backs when
Oh.
both are on the same team.
look at all those wide receivers that just go in front of me, man. Debo would have been awesome. What's all these rumors I'm hearing about our boy Zach Ertz or your guys' boy Zach Ertz?
He's gonna probably get traded.
He's on the move. Dallas Goedert season is officially starting. Ooh.
If that's
Well,
how
if
you
you listen
feel.
to Gage's raid, Dallas Goedert season would have started in 2016. So
I'm not a fan of him. I'm going to reach a little bit here, get my third running back, AJ Dillon. Not a lot of starting potential, but as a
And Gage's
dynasty
Rage
guy,
is the first guy out of the dynasty mock draft for taking
I
a Packers
absolutely
player.
in the
Love him.
7th round, Gage's raid takes a backup running back.
he's a tough choice, but I think he's got a real potential and a real starting spot somewhere in this team this year. It's a no-brainer. Got to get the first tight end on my team.
Dallas Goedert.
I think I have my starting lineup there now.
So we have a couple quarterbacks go leading up to me, which is great because I like my quarterback situation with Lamar Jackson. I'm going to take the best player. Oh, man, I don't know if I want to do that. I just don't know if I want to go with another wide receiver here. You know what? I'm going to lock down that 49er backfield. I'm going to take Mostert. No, I just
Oh,
clicked
careful,
on the player profile.
Careful,
Son of a bitch.
careful. That's how I got. 7 seconds. He's going to miss it. You're lucky.
Oh,
So now I got
barely
myself
gets the pick
Mostert
in.
and Sermon. I like it. I'm just all about grabbing those handcuffs, baby.
He's lucky he runs the
It's cuffing season.
draft board. Yeah, now looking here, I'm going to take a little bit of a stretch, but I like the guy. He was a dual threat last year. He's got a franchise quarterback coming. I'm going to take Laviska Shenault.
He was the guy I was gonna take, but then I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, so he fell down to me. I got to take him there. And now I'm kind of looking around. You know, there's definitely some talent here. man, it's tough. I think I'm going to go ahead, grab another running back. I'm going to take Zach Moss as well.
Oh, that's crazy.
He's a little iffy. I like his potential this year. I think he's got a really good shot at being a top end guy.
I mean, he is the starter for now, but
So I'm a little bummed right now because
now I have the
both
running game locked down.
Fields and Lance go leading up to me here.
I have Moss and I have Allen. So any rushing yards that are going to happen, most likely going through one of those two guys.
more than likely. Yeah. Good point.
Down to 10 seconds, and I'm panicking. I'm going to take Irv Smith.
Woo!
That's solid. I was thinking about Irv or Zach Moss, grabbing him as my second tight end, but I didn't quite want to make that move yet.
What I really wanted there was Fields or Lance, but they both went right before me.
Now I'm sitting here. I know he's got the suspension, but it's for performance-enhancing drugs. I absolutely love players coming off PEDs. Will Fuller is my pick. Coming back strong, healthy.
I love guys that only play 12 games, maybe, if they're lucky.
13. Don't you short this season.
My bad. Back around to you. What are you looking at?
Depth. I need a running back. There's no good ones, though. None at all. I'm really happy that I have two solid guys ahead of him. But I got to take James Conner here. I hate to do it, but I have to do it.
Yeah.
Just get some depth.
That's the right move. And
A
you know
decent
he'll get
name
some
there.
carries. He'll get some carries.
It's tough. I really think that
Now,
their
it's,
offense is going to be running through Chase Edmonds, but
it's impossible for us to keep up with this going at this pace. I mean,
I'm
we
gonna take
can't.
Elijah Moore because I like him as a prospect. And if for some reason Wilson is the guy in New York, I think Elijah Moore could be sitting on a pretty solid season. He might even get upwards of 100 targets.
ooh.
Oh, man, we're getting into brutal territory here. Starting to take a little bit of a stretch. I'm going to go with wide receiver out of Philadelphia, Jalen Reagor. Like what I've been hearing out of camp. Second-year guy, got a second-year
careful.
quarterback.
All those reports out of camp are all Philly beat writers right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some pretty good negative ones coming out of, other guys, but it's all right. All right. Now,
You have
after
the
that,
turn.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a second tight end, a guy I have high hopes for in the next couple of years. I'm going to take Cole Kmet.
Ooh, and Logan Thomas going the pick after that with Pat Freiermuth.
Fucking A.
Stud. He's
Just
like
a few after.
he's like a first round rookie.
I'm going to take a
in
guy that
dynasty
I'm
drafts.
actually very fond of. He's actually ended up on quite a few of my mock draft teams because of his draft position. Baker Mayfield.
solid backup.
I'm just
quarterback.
locking down the whole Cleveland offense. Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt.
the 11th round already.
11th round. We are absolutely flying through this thing. This is really tough. This is just
You could
really
lock
tough
down
for me.
Tannehill ain't bad right now as your number 2 QB.
I know. I just don't have anything to pair him with. I'm not a 2 QB guy, and I have a stud. So what I'm actually going to do is go with Old Man Johnson, David Johnson, starting running back for the Houston.
Dude, he's a guy.
Hey,
He's a guy for sure.
we're coming down. We're in the 12th round. We only have 13 rounds in this mock draft. Seeing as how we're not going to draft kickers or defenses. Nobody cares.
A guy I could have got a much later, Jonnu Smith, my second tight end.
At 12-1, that's not a bad play.
Not at all. He's older. I think he's 26, going to be 27 in the season this year. Oh, no, he's 25. Will be 26 this season.
Oh, man, I'm looking at my last couple picks here, and, there's still some guys left. Some potential.
Yeah, I'm trying to line up.
I'm going to go a little off the
picks as
board
well.
here. I'm going to take myself Tariq Cohen.
That's a little bit of a deep dive. Oh, that fucking team 11, man. I was going to take Ryan Tannehill. I was going to sneak him in there.
Got after you, though.
Get your boy JD McKissick right here.
Yeah, he is my boy. I could pair
You could go McKissick and
AJ
Wentz.
Brown with Antonio Brown. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the rest of these 10 seconds because I'm gonna need a second, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna draft Mike Williams. Mike Williams, and now
That's a nice pick.
That's a really good pick.
now I have a good young quarterback, so I'm kind of looking for somebody that
It's a
maybe
little
has
more
some
stable.
maybe some raw potential coming up here. I could take Tom Brady, which will help me out this
You're
year
gonna
on
take
a
Kellen
bye
Mond,
week.
aren't you?
No, I'm not going to take Kellen Mond. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a shot on Sam Darnold. The resurgence is going to come down there in Carolina.
Woof.
It's between him or Mac Jones, really, because I'm more so looking for the future. But with this 1-year deal,
TB12 sitting right there, man.
yeah, but I'm only going to play him for one game.
You have Josh Allen. He's a fucking beast. You just need your bye week fill in.
Yep, and I got Sam Darnold. Assuming they don't have the same bye weeks. I didn't look into this at all.
I'm gonna go Antonio Brown.
Oh my gosh. Just robbery.
That's who you were going for.
Yeah, I was.
But you have Chris Godwin, don't you?
I know. I wanted to pair. Well, whatever. Actually, a guy I'm hearing a lot of really good stuff about. Marvin Jones moving to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
DJ Shark was the outside guy, but I think they brought Marvin in to take away from all that stuff. And it'd just be brutal if Gage didn't end up with Gage. But I'm going to go with Houston's Nico Collins. Super young receiver.
What are you talking about?
Oh, did I draft him? Didn't draft him.
You drafted Marvin Jones.
That's the end of the draft. Fuck. He would have looked a lot better with Nico Collins in
At
there
the
over
end instead of
fucking
Marvin Jones.
Okay, so now we got to figure out how to get into the rosters, and we'll break down each roster.
Break these down, export them, show everybody.
So on mine, I just have a little tab. I can hit team. And that shows my team with my picks.
So I guess penciled
Good
in
for
here
you.
by the computer goes for me. Lamar Jackson, Nick Chubb, Raheem Mostert, Steph Diggs, Chase Claypool, Irv Smith, Kareem Hunt. On my bench, I got Trey Sermon, Tariq Cohen, Antonio Brown, Elijah Moore, Kyle Pitts, Baker Mayfield. So I got good depth at every position. I don't
Is
have a
Kyle
lot of top
Pitts going to
star talent.
be your bench?
No,
or is he
he'll
gonna
be
be
my
Irv?
starting tight end. I can change that actually, I think. Yeah. Okay.
So likes and dislikes, Gage.
Of Scott's team?
Yeah.
And I would
Can
actually
we go back to the starters?
think take this right now for sure. Well, yeah, I think I would do that.
Okay, I hate your flex. No. I mean,
Yeah.
Scroll up to your starters. Let's take a look at your
We'll do
team
that.
quick.
I don't like handcuffing your same team. If you have a bona fide stud, I appreciate the handcuff. Alexander Madison to your Dalvin Cook. I'm all for that.
Chubba Hubbard to your CMC.
That could be there.
There's a couple-
Darrington Evans to your Derrick Henry.
Those two are kind of misses. Alexander Madison has proven when Cook is out, he's the guy and he will produce.
Javonte Williams to Melvin Gordon.
Oh, that's
give
not
me
even the
Javonte.
same. Yeah, that's
Just-
not even the same. Melvin's out, Javonte's in. He's the starter. But
Your Mark Ingram to your David Johnson.
no.
Okay. I'm getting a baseline here for the people.
But you have two guys, I think, in Raheem Mostert and
Trey
Hunt
Sermon or Kareem Hunt.
that are competing. I mean, sorry, Mostert and Sermon. I'm fucking.
Yeah, but
Seagram's got me.
I kind of did need to get Mostert if I got Sermon because if, for instance, this season specifically, if Sermon's not the starter right away, I need a second running back that's not Kareem Hunt.
And that's where taking that Kyle Pitts pick, when you end up with a guy like Irv Smith later in the round, it doesn't make sense. There's what was that pick? Pick 3?
I believe so.
That was my third pick.
There's
Was Kyle
still
Pitts?
really good players available. Where
Kyle Pitts
personally-
was available too.
yeah,
Kyle Pitts or Josh Jacobs.
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts or Austin Eckler.
Kyle Pitts.
Ooh, I'd take
Eckler's old.
Eckler. He's
Eckler's old.
26. He's gonna be 26 this year.
I thought he was old. I thought he was like 28.
No,
Kyle Pitts or Darren
Have you been
Waller.
trying to get him or something?
I've got him in a few leagues.
You know a lot about him.
I do.
Kyle Pitts or Terry McLaurin.
I don't like receiver either. What I like is I like loading up on that top end running backs because sure you can draft guys and maybe they work out, but
So after that, before Scott's next pick, it was Eckler, Jacobs, Miles Sanders, and Etienne. Those were the 4 that went before he had another pick.
yeah,
I mean, he took Lamar Jackson next, and then Javonte Williams went after that. I would probably,
I would have taken
Javonte-
Williams over Jackson there too.
would you have?
Oh yeah, I'm not big on Jackson either though.
He's going to have a lot of yards.
This might be the most
That
polarizing
is what you're
draft.
saying. You do have 2 starting running backs on your team, but one of them plays quarterback.
How do I get to Gage's Rage's roster here? This is what I need.
Be careful, he's roster baiting.
I think if you click,
Yeah, you're gonna have to go click on Team Gage on the right. Right
Right.
bottom.
yeah, right
Team-
there.
It doesn't let me. It
All
just-
the way on the right, on the bottom right.
Whoop.
Down. There you go.
What a concept. Okay. So Gage's Rage, this is Gage's team.
Zoom in on it a little bit so that people can see.
Oh,
There we go.
nice.
Much better. Oh, that's nice.
So he's got Justin Herbert as a starting quarterback. He's got C-Mac, James Conner, Chris Godwin, Cooper Kupp, Jonnu Smith, and David
Johnson as his
Stop. What,
flex.
dude, Gibson's on my bench. Why is that a thing?
Gibson should totally be a starter in your
Over.
lineup.
He's going to be a starter over James Conner, and then you're going to swatch DJ for DJ.
Yeah, exactly. My starting lineup says Herbert, C-Mac, Gibson, Chris Godwin, Cooper Kupp, and Deontay Johnson at flex with Dallas Goedert as my tight end.
Okay. And I honestly, that's a more well-rounded roster than what I ended up with.
I think so.
It's got some age on it. My team has a lot of youth.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yours
But my
is a little
age
bit
is
older.
at depth.
Yeah.
mean,
That's true.
Yeah, Deontay Johnson would step in as your flex. You'd have Dallas Goedert and Smith, both solid options at tight
So
end.
you have Herbert, who's going to be your quarterback for the entirety of this dynasty league, pretty much. You got
Yep.
C-Mac and Antonio Gibson, who are going to be your 1-2 for as long as you want them to be.
Yep.
You have James Conner and David Johnson as your backups, who are going to get some carries and touches.
With a guy like AJ Dillon who could potentially take over.
You have
knows?
Chris Godwin and Cooper Kupp, who neither one of them are old. You have Jonnu Smith. Tight end's definitely your weakest position, but you knew that going in.
And I got 2 young guys that I think
Did you
have
get a
lot of-
second tight end or no? Yeah, you got Dallas Goedert. No, you're with Goddard and Jonnu Smith. You're fine. You're okay.
I like
Yeah.
my team a lot, dude.
You got
I
good
know
depth.
you like your team. This is your dynasty team in the actual dynasty league.
It almost is exactly like
You
where
have-
is it not?
It,
Besides
a
Goddard,
little bit of wide
besides
receiver.
Godare and Jonnu.
He had Jonnu. He traded Jonnu. He's
I
got
want
AJ
Goddard
Dillon.
so bad too.
He's got Gibson.
I've been scratching.
He just
Shady.
got
What do
rid
you
of Will
want?
Fuller. Like,
For
this
Goddard?
is his team. Of course he likes it. It's what he's got already.
All right,
I'm sitting here looking at this. I'm like, wow, that looks vaguely familiar.
let's look at Brandon's team because Gage's team makes.
I
me
got
wanna
best
puke.
available players too. So I
Gage's
like my
team makes
a
you
lot.
want to fucking puke.
I
Let's look
have
at
the best
Brandon's.
team. You guys are just sad
That
you're
is
gonna lose. to me.
probably not how my team is going either.
Yeah, why is Najee not a starter?
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I would be starting Josh Allen, Najee Harris, Chris Carson, Thielen, AJ Brown,
Mark
And-
Andrews.
Mark Andrews, and then let's go down to my bench players. I forgot who I got.
You might be
May-
starting LaVisca Chenault week one,
Chenault.
maybe Michael Carter.
Maybe Mike Williams.
That's a toss up.
Yeah. I got a couple flex
Your
plays.
spot,
Yeah. Jalen Rager, I do like his potential. I think my running backs have more depth than my wide receivers do here. So I would have to focus on that in the later rounds or try to make a move to get somebody.
So let's break it down by position. Quarterback, I think Brandon got that one. He took
Josh
the
Allen.
biggest swing too. But we
Yeah.
all ended up with very good.
We all have good, serviceable young quarterbacks. I don't think
Yep.
there's a huge winner there, but Brandon's probably on paper got the best one. Running backs, I would say that Gage and Brandon are. Gage has probably got the best
C-Mac and
situation because he's got good depth behind them. I don't think that either of us have backups as good as formidable as David Johnson, James Conner, and who's the other one?
AJ Dillon.
And AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon's a
Brandon's actually got
backup.
pretty good depth at running back.
Carson,
He's just a
Zach
squeeze.
Moss,
With Zach
Najee
Moss.
Harris, Michael Carter. Like it's
Yeah.
some of Najee Harris and Michael Carter being rookies. That is a little bit of a step down, but in the next 2 years,
But I have CMC.
Yeah, I would give the edge to running back to Gage, I think. And then wide
nah,
receivers.
fuck his team.
Adam Thielen, AJ Brown, Jalen Rager. Gage's Rage has
Godwin, Cooper Kupp, Deontay Johnson, Will Fuller, and that's it.
Yeah, you lose me.
Oh, Marvin Jones as well.
Lose me a little bit at Fuller, but
That's my That's my fourth option.
I know. That's where you lost
It's
me.
just a depth piece.
You had me up until your third.
Who's your fourth receiver? Fourth receiver.
Probably like Mike Evans or something.
Jalen Rager.
Mike Williams, LaVisca Chenault.
I actually like
Give
LaVisca
me
Chenault a
Fuller.
lot this year.
That's his third though.
No, it's not.
Chenault would be like my fourth, probably. Rager is probably, Williams or Rager, probably my three. One of those two.
I would put Chenault at 3 over.
Yeah, and then
For
I would
sure,
take
Rager.
Fuller almost the same as Chenault.
I would say Mike Williams and LaVisca Chenault are a toss up for 3 and 4 for you. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Who do you have?
Mine are Stephon Diggs, Chase Claypool, Antonio Brown, Elijah Moore, and I think that's it. Yep. 4.
I like my wide receivers the most too.
Probably have to give Gage the edge.
Tight end, Gage's Rage
high
is
volume guys.
the
I always
most-
go for fucking PPR studs. That's all I care about.
Gage's Rage has at tight end Brandon's probably in the best position because you have the best tight end of the group with Mark Andrews.
Yep.
Gage's Rage went with Goddard and Jonu.
Jonu.
I went with Kyle Pitts and Irv Smith. I think it's comparable. I think you and I are comparable.
I think you two
him.
were pushing it. I'm not big on Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is a touchdown hog.
Yeah.
You know,
But
He
I mean,
catches
with tight
passes,
ends, that's
too.
what matters.
his breakout year
How many catches do you think he had last year?
last year,
Yeah.
less than 70.
I'm gonna stop sharing my screen really
Put the
quick so I
over-under
can
at
get
69.
into
Yeah, let's
the
just.
I bet you he had
Scott
under.
Fishbowl
I bet you had under.
roster.
69.
Yeah, probably 58.
What do you think he had in his breakout year? When he was what, tight end 2 or 3?
64.
How many touchdowns did he score that year?
10.
Oh yeah,
And he had 7 last year.
he's a touchdown.
He
hog.
also. Why is it? Oh, game started. He only started 2 games. He played in 14 games instead of 15. I mean, he had less targets, a little less yards, a little less touchdowns. I mean, I like him this year. Their wide receiver coach or their offense coordinator, whoever the guy was who has never had a below or higher than the 32nd ranked passing offense, they're going to figure it out this year. They're just going to. And it's going to be to Mark Andrews.
I think
right, so let's
Terrace
pull
Marshall
this
could
up.
be the guy that really has some good talent there, potential.
Oh, did I put up? I did.
We are sharing our screen officially for the Scott Fishbowl, which as we said off the top, the butthole got into the Scott Fishbowl.
Boom! Scott Fishbowl.
It is a 12-team. Well, it's all divisions, but it's a 12-team division that we're in. We had off the top, Brandon. We had pick what?
We had pick 9.
Pick 9,
Mm-hmm.
and it was third round reversal. So this is from the pick 9 spot. We'll keep you updated throughout the fantasy season with how it's going. I think it's either going to be very successful or a very big failure, but nonetheless, it's going to be really fun. So we're excited about it.
I think we have high potential here. This could be a very, very, very good Scott Fishbowl for the butthole.
We're coming for you, Janis Joplin division. We're coming for you.
We're coming. And that also, I do have, before we wrap up the show, I have an ABC, which we did a lot of last year.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And here they are.
Wow.
Scott's ABCs for the week. Keenan Allen, Julio Jones, Robert Woods, all season PPR league. Gage's Rage, we'll start with
Yearly, Dynasty.
this yearly.
No,
Yearly.
just this year, I'm going to go A, Keenan Allen, B, Robbie Woods, C, Julio.
I'm going to go A, Robert Woods, B, Keenan Allen, C, Julio.
I'm going to go A, Keenan Allen, B, Julio Jones, C, Robert Woods.
A lot of polarity there.
The fuck?
Robert Woods, the last 3 seasons, has finished as a top 15 wide receiver. Julio Jones, I don't think, has done that at all the last 3 seasons. And Keenan Allen is a fucking target monster.
The last 3
hog.
seasons, Robert Woods has been the definition of consistency. Him and Keenan Allen have been the definition. They've been getting, I think Woods has had like 97, 91, 87 catches. He had 2 seasons over 1,000 yards and then one at like 980 and then mix in like 7 touchdowns a year.
Now, I know Matthew Stafford is absolutely an upgrade over Jared Goff, but that is going to lead to inconsistency. They haven't played together. Robbie Woods is older. He's going to be 30 this year, I believe. They do have a
I'm gonna
young guy,
fact check
Van
that.
Jefferson, Cooper Kupp. They have a lot of just moving parts. Also, the young running back.
He's 29, turned 29 in April, so he'll be 29 this year.
Okay. The rookie last year,
Cam Akers.
Cam Akers is absolutely going to be adding a lot, I think. And Stafford, like I said, an upgraded quarterback, but I'm not quite sure what is going to get a break somewhere here.
And they still have Malcolm Brown and D'Angelo Henderson.
I think Malcolm Brown is out.
Okay, well they still
So-
have
Daryl
Daryl Henderson.
Henderson.
That's who it is. And Daryl Henderson got a good amount of carries last year.
He's the vulture on the goal line.
Long story short,
Well, Keenan Allen, I think situation with Hunter Henry bouncing. I don't know who the backup is, Virgil Green or something like that.
no,
they got
they're-
Jared Cook.
Yeah,
Oh, Cook.
and then they also drafted a tight end.
Okay. I mean, Keenan Allen still is good for his 10 to 15 targets.
I don't know their third receiver though, outside of Mike Williams and Keenan Allen.
They had a flashy guy on the outside. I think his name was also Williams. So it's kind of
Tyrell.
confusing.
That was a couple
No.
of years ago.
Tyrell's
Oh.
Tyrell's been gone for a while.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly who it is, but there's another guy out there, and he's not getting targets from Keenan Allen.
Chargers
I'm just looking
depth
up
chart.
Chargers depth chart.
Ooh.
Quick.
You know, if only we had a producer, Alex.
Super
All right. Jalen Guyton,
Guyton.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
the big.
Tyron Johnson, Joshua Palmer, Jason Moore.
I think Palmer also was a pretty big play guy.
Palmer was a fourth or fifth round draft.
Palmer is what Gage does to himself every night.
What are you gonna do when you get
Don't
home?
tell me
Gage's
twice.
rich. I'm gonna Palmer.
Oh, Palmer, baby.
All right.
So Stafford last year had 339 completions, 528 attempts. Is it wrong to think that Robert Woods could get another 90 of those?
No.
I think his attempts go down. I think the Rams have a better team altogether where they're not passing to catch up, maybe more relying on this solid running game, they think at least. And Stafford hopefully will just not fuck it up as much as Goff did.
Jared Goff in the last 4 seasons, 552, 626, 561, 477.
Got better, right? Or was the 470?
470 was 2012,
Yeah.
and then it went to 561.
And who did they have in
626.
2012? Todd motherfucking Gurley. Running his
Or,
ass
sorry,
off.
2017.
That's
I'm
Todd.
lying.
That was Todd Gurley though.
So I think they lean on the running game. Strap ass just doesn't fuck it up as much as Goff did. And the defense is stellar.
I could see him easily throwing 500 passes.
I could too, and I think I said it when he got traded there. There will be a point this season when people will be talking about Matthew Stafford as an MVP candidate.
Dude, I'm looking at Stafford in 2012. 727 pass attempts.
Yeah, Calvin Johnson was there.
663.
2012 was when they were 0-16.
No.
They were 4-12.
Or that was 11.
wait.
They were 0-16.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
That's
wait.
why they got Stafford.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shows what I know. The
That
only
is
line-
still 727 pass attempts.
Yeah.
That's got to be damn close to the
that was
most in a
Calvin
single season.
Johnson's rookie record-breaking year.
That was
Yeah,
when the
yeah, it
Lions
definitely was.
literally forgot that there was a thing as a running back. They just totally forgot running backs existed.
They didn't have one.
I mean, some people would say they still don't, but
But I have DeAndre Swift, so I can't.
So
well,
I
no, they just don't
concur.
use running back the right way.
Oh, maybe Campbell coming in. He's going to do something a little different.
Well, they're
Fight some
damn as well
kneecaps.
going to be fighting bucking kneecaps off.
They're going to get knocked down. They're going to buy another one. Knock right off, baby.
How many fucking kneecaps can you bite off, dude?
Eventually, you start working your way up, and then you start working.
Tendons, man, that gets nasty real quick.
Yep.
All righty,
Rocky Mountain Oysters.
Thank you.
Hold
for
on.
dropping in
Before
on
we go, we
the
have
butthole.
one more segment.
Uh-oh.
It's called the Gage's Rage of the Week. This is presented by the Blue Collar Media Group. Thank you at Blue Collar MG. You can check them out at bluecollarmg.com. Now,
Okay.
the Gage's Rage of the Week is going to be a moment where Gage he raged at home. For whatever situation, something came up. Could be maybe counting.
You want me? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hop it.
This was actually last time we recorded. Okay. Last time we recorded, you guys are bringing up some shit fucking stats and telling me that fucking Bears running back David Montgomery is a top 5 RB, right? What does he do in the last week of the season? What does he do in the last week of the season?
What did he do?
He blows up, has 180 fucking yards and 3 touchdowns. Okay?
What?
And what did that do for your fantasy outcome? Not a damn thing. All right? If you count the last week of the season stats in fantasy football analysis, just shut the fuck up. Okay? That drives me absolutely insane because what is the point?
Dude, David Montgomery, if you got into the playoffs last year, David Montgomery would have literally powered you to a Super Bowl because his last 4 or 5 weeks were absolutely electric.
They were great. That's a bad example. Alvin Kamara is a better one, right?
He had the one
Running
game
back
against the
2.
Vikings.
Yes, he gets 5 touchdowns week 17.
16.
Does nothing
That was
for
fantasy
you.
championship. It did a lot for him.
My bad. Okay, that's a bad.
It literally
example, too, off
won
the top of my head.
championships.
Yeah, people started Alvin Kamara and forgot to set the rest of their lineup and still won by 30
But
points.
here's the point. The last week of the season, it's now week 18. It had previously been week 17.
Yep.
Those stats should not count for anything. They should be week 1 through the last week championship week.
I don't think they do factor them in when they're talking
Yes,
about
they do.
rankings for fantasy.
All fucking A right, they do.
I don't think they do.
We've done it, and I've looked up stats 1 through 16.
Here's what you can do.
Different.
Here's the thing. Some leagues do have week 17 as their championship. It's wrong. It is wrong.
That's next week.
But some people do that. Okay. It is a thing. Fantasy Pros gives you the option to go any week span. You can go 1 to 17. You can go 2 to 12. You can go 3 to 4.
If you are in a fantasy football league and it is not PPR or a week 16 championship,
Standard PPR.
get the fuck out of that league, okay? That's a bullshit league. Your league should not be standard anymore. You should just go to PPR, at least half PPR, and you should not have last week championships. You should not be penalized because your team was so fucking good, they're not playing anymore. Because they're resting up for real football games.
But that's
actually Fantasy 101. We're now back into Fantasy 101.
And Gage's Rage of the Week.
Hey,
all right.
Really quick before we sign off, Kamara appreciation post here. Alvin Kamara only scored below 10 points in a PPR league 1 time last year.
He's a PPR monster.
And he only scored below 15 2 times, including the one below 10.
PPR
The
monster.
motherfucker had a weeks of 24, 38, 45, 21, 23, 25, 35, 22, and then he had his week 16 game that he had 56 points. He averaged over 25 points per game. Alvin Kamara is an absolute monster.
Here's what's funny too. Before the season started, everybody was so worried because he got that like cortisone shot for the cartilage in his back.
Yep.
Everybody was like, fade him, don't draft him. And I was like, fuck it. I had picked 6. I was like, I'm going to take him at 6 if he's there. Fucking Peter. Fucking rate him. Goes ahead, takes him at 5. I warned him about the cortisone shot. I said, you got to be careful. I said, you can't take him. He just got that back problem. Don't draft him.
There's no way that running back was on your team with how fucking bad you were last year.
He wasn't.
There's
I was
no
going
chance.
That just shows how bad the rest of his team was.
Oh, yeah. My team was way better in the playoffs. Too bad I didn't make it. Wouldn't have mattered anyways.
All right, everybody. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to the Budhole Podcast, episode 248. Until the next episode, which we will be breaking down the running back position from a fantasy perspective.
Ooh.
When I'm saying next episode, I mean next week's episode of fantasy. We're breaking down the running back position for the 2021 and 22 season. Until then,
Go jerk off.
Bye.